All right, let's get right into it. We're going to be talking about a part of Korean culture that I guarantee you've heard 1,000 times, but maybe never fully got your head around. We're talking about 4 seemingly simple words that are the key to a whole social universe: oppa, unni, hyung, and noona.
You know what I'm talking about, right? If you're a K-drama fan, this is probably the first thing that made you go, wait, what? You're watching this couple, the chemistry is amazing, and then she looks at him with those big romantic eyes and calls him older brother. It feels a little strange at first, I get it, but stick with me, because by the end of this, it's all going to click into place.
And this is exactly what we're calling the K-drama conundrum. It's that moment where these words, which literally translate to family members, are being used in situations that are clearly not about family, at least not in the way we usually think about it.
And once you start listening for it, you'll notice it's everywhere. A younger coworker will call their male boss hyung. A girl will call a slightly older female friend unni. And yep, a woman will call her boyfriend oppa. It sounds like one big, complicated family tree, but it's actually a super elegant and efficient social system.
So, to really crack this code, we have to go back to the beginning. We need to look at the original blueprint, because before these words were used with friends and coworkers, they had very, very specific meanings inside the home. So here's the core logic, and it's actually way simpler than you might think. It all comes down to 2 questions. What is the speaker's gender, and what is the gender of the older person they're talking to? That's it. It creates this really neat little grid. Let's break them down one by one.
First up, the most famous one of all, oppa. In its purest, original form, this is what a girl calls her actual blood-related older brother. That's it. This is the foundation of the word's meaning.
Okay, next we have unni. Same exact logic. This is what a female calls her biological older sister. So if you're a girl, it's oppa for an older guy, unni for an older girl. See? Simple.
Now, let's flip the perspective. What if the speaker is a guy? Well, a guy calls his biological older brother hyung. He would never, ever call him oppa. That's a really important rule to remember.
And to complete the set, a guy calls his biological older sister noona. So just to recap the family rules, a girl says oppa or unni, and a guy says hyung or noona. Everybody clear? Awesome, because now we're going to take this neat little blueprint and apply it to, well, pretty much everyone else.
This is where it gets really, really cool. Korean society basically took this family structure, this blueprint, and just copied and pasted it onto all of their social interactions. It's like creating a giant society-wide family tree. But why, right? What's the point? Well, think of it as a brilliant social shortcut. In a culture that really values harmony and knowing where everyone stands, using these words instantly clarifies a relationship. It sets up a hierarchy, it shows respect, and, this is the most important part, it creates an instant feeling of warmth and closeness.
And you can see right here how that idea just explodes outwards. The role of an older brother, of a hyung or an oppa, isn't just for your family anymore. It could be that senior at work who shows you the ropes, or that older guy in your friend group you really trust, or even the kind owner of your favorite coffee shop. You're basically saying, I'm putting you in the older brother slot in my life.
But we're not done yet, because it goes even deeper. These aren't just labels you slap on people. No, they are packed with unspoken rules, emotions, and intentions. The context changes everything.
And this is the big aha moment that solves our K-drama mystery. Look at all the different jobs the word oppa can do. A university student might call a male senior oppa just to show respect. Someone working in sales might use it to sound friendly and build a quick connection. And yes, a woman will call the man she's dating oppa to show real affection, and maybe even to be a little bit flirty. It's like a Swiss Army knife of a word.
That's the perfect way to put it. Choosing to use one of these words instead of someone's name and formal title, that's a deliberate act. It's a signal. You're tearing down a formal wall and saying, hey, you're not a stranger, you're with me, you're in my circle.
So when you put all of this together, you start to realize that you haven't just learned 4 new words. What you've really gotten is a key that unlocks a massive and fundamental part of Korean social culture.
And that's really the main takeaway here. These terms aren't just static vocabulary. Think of them as a living, breathing roadmap from navigating relationships in a society that places a huge emphasis on the group over the individual. It's the language of relationships itself.
And knowing this is going to completely change how you watch your favorite shows from now on. You'll be able to decode the relationships between characters in a split second. When 2 people who've been formal suddenly switch and one calls the other hyung or unni, you'll know, aha, their relationship just leveled up. You'll literally be able to see the social bonds being built right there on screen.
So I want to leave you with a question to chew on.
Can you think of a single word in your own language that can do all that work? A word that can mean my actual brother, my respected mentor, my close pal, and my boyfriend all at the same time? It's pretty amazing when you think about it, and it really shows you the incredible power that language has to shape our world.